Hey, how's it going? Are you ready to get your craft on? I hope so, because in this episode of the show, I'm going to be sharing with you the process of making a being board, and that's B-E-I-N-G, based on my book. It's actually one of the free downloads and the tools or like modules of my book, Just Be It, The Secret to Having What You Want in Life. And it is a powerful tool for personal transformation, a visual representation of the qualities, characteristics, and attributes that you need to embody in order to achieve and realize your goals and dreams, whatever they may be for you, your specific desired outcome. And the idea for this episode, this podcast, came to me the other day as I was talking with a good friend of mine, and she works at a real estate firm. You know, she works with high achieving, super performing real estate agents all the time. And we were talking about this book, and she's taken, she's read some of my other stuff and she's looked at it, and she said, hey, certainly send this over and I'll give it to the real estate agents. And, it sounds like it could help them. And it's something right up their alley that they'd be interested in doing because, as a real estate agent or anyone in sales, marketing, they're really into personal development, right? I know you real estate agents out there, you know that the more you work on yourself, the better you become at serving your customers, at being valuable for them, right? And impacting your community and driving sales and helping your business, right? Everything comes from within in the world. We develop ourselves, we develop our ability to do more and ultimately have more. So that's how this episode came about. And I thought, sure, I'm definitely going to send it over to you and have you give it to your agents and see what they think. But I'm also going to do a podcast about it and share it with everyone because I love this stuff. I've had so much positive benefit using it myself in my life and talking with other people who have used it that I know it works. And I believe it's like the foundation and the starting point for all great success in life. And that is developing your state of being. So like I said, this is a free download that I give it for my book, along with my book, Just Be It. And you can find out more about that book on justbeitbook.com. But I'll put the link to that book in the episode, in the show notes for this episode. So let's get into this, talk about the being board here. And I'll also incidentally put pictures of this 8x10 being board on my website, gmarkphillips.com, and also on my Instagram, which is at gmarkphillips. And I'll put pictures of this. And also I made a little mini being board 5x7 that I made the other day representing ideas for success, specifically almost tailored to business and selling and marketing, right? I kind of went through and brainstormed and did some investigating and asked some people who know high achievers. I asked them, hey, what qualities, characteristics, and attributes do you feel that this person has or that person has? And I got some amazing feedback, and I'll go through those in a minute here. But I'll put pictures of this up on my website. And so let me go through the process of how to make a being board first. It's a really simple process, and then we'll talk about the images and where to find them later here. So the idea is this. I guess the backstory is helpful here. The idea is this, that everything you do and have in life flows from your conditioned state of being, right? In order to change what you do and what you have, you've got to address your state of being, otherwise known as your state of consciousness or your mindset. It all happens there. That is the headwaters of all of the experiences you'll ever have in life. Now, yes, we do need to take action toward our goals and dreams, but action is downstream from being. Being is the source. Like I said, it's the headwaters of everything you're ever going to do and have. If you address that, everything else will fall into place nicely. If you start taking action, and we've all been there, I know I have, without getting the right state of being, a right mindset, we're leaving a lot on the table in terms of performance and ultimately results. And nobody wants that. If you're going to go through the motions, you might as well go through those motions with the right state of being so that you get maximum result, right? So that is what this process is all about. It's about helping you develop the correct state of being, the optimal state of being of a successful person, high achiever, high results oriented right from the beginning, and everything flows down from that. So the process is simply this: whatever your outcome or your goal is that you want, you have to ask yourself, what do I want in life? What experiences do I want? What circumstances and outcomes do I want? From that, you then have to ask yourself, okay, what qualities, characteristics, and attributes do I need to embody in order to make that happen? Because as we know, like the great Jim Rohn said, success is something you attract by the person you become. We have to develop ourselves. This is where we engage in personal development to become the person who can do what it takes to realize the success we want. It all begins with us. This is why a lot of people, myself included at various times in my life, have not got the results I wanted because we're focusing too much out there and not enough on developing ourselves. It all is an internal game, right? And then when we do that, everything changes and reorganizes in our lives simply because we've developed a different state of being and we're approaching things different. We're approaching our interactions with clients different, our interactions with friends different, our interaction with the world in general. And we're actually perceiving the world in a different way because we've changed. That's how it happens. So write down those qualities, characteristics, and attributes that you need to embody and develop within yourself in order to get what you want and do the right thing at the right time in the right way. And after you have that list, then you're going to go to the internet and you're going to find pictures and words that represent those ideas on your list. And you're going to gather them and put them in some type of a file. If you're I use Microsoft Publisher to make all my being boards and dream boards in a digital version. You can also use Microsoft Word or obviously Adobe Creative Suite. I don't know the specific proprietary software on a Mac, but you Mac heads will know that. But anyway, set that up in your computer and then bring those images in and arrange them in a creative fashion. This is something you're gonna hang out with, like a vision board or a dream board. You're gonna put it on your wall, in your cubicle, on your desk, and carry it around with you in your planner. And you're gonna spend time identifying and becoming those images that you have on your being board. That's how powerful it is. So that's the process in a nutshell. I made a being board for this purpose, and also, like I said, it's the free download that's based on success in general, success principles. And let me go over the images on this being board, which you can also see on my website, gmarkphillips.com. But I have a picture of the British Special Air Services. Their motto is "Who Dares Wins." My other favorite bold motto is "Fortune favors the bold." So I've got a picture of that "Who Dares Wins" emblem on here. I've got a picture of an ant moving. In this case, he's moving a thing of water, but ants they kind of epitomize hard work, tenacity, drive, and I really, you can get those ideas from an ant. So I've got tenacity on here. I've got a picture of, I believe his name is Rich Frank. He was the CrossFit world champion for many years. And he has a quote that says, "You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for." I've got a picture of the word creative, because we've got to be creative in whatever endeavor we're pursuing if we want to open up new opportunities and be able to be more valuable. Picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's like no better pinnacle of drive and success and determination than Arnold Schwarzenegger. A picture of a gal who's winning, right? We've got to have that mindset. The word "be passionate." I have a quote here that says, "I am confident." And I've got a picture of a lion with a quote over the lion that says, "I breathe in my courage and I exhale my fear." I've got a picture here that says, "Whatever it takes." I've got a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, "The world belongs to the energetic," reminding me to be energetic, or reminding us to be energetic. The other picture here is a focus, follow one course until successful. Then I've got a picture of Robert Herjavec's, the cover of his book, Driven, reminding us to be driven as we pursue our goals and dreams. A couple more pictures here. One of Grant Cardone's famous quote and famous statement that success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. I love all Grant Cardone's stuff because that guy, again, is a freaking monster in success and high achievement. Then a couple of pictures of people racing, and Rich Roll, the ultramarathoner, doing his thing, right? Pushing himself to great lengths and such an inspiration. So those are the pictures that I chose to represent success in this example being board that I will put a picture up on my website. I also made a little 5x7, which is good for putting in your day planner or, in your cubicle or on your desk. And that has some other quotes on here like be determined, be strong, be fearless and kind, be generous, be disruptive. That's a new one that kind of came into my awareness the other day as I was listening to a podcast about branding by Aaron Pearson. And he has a whole podcast about how all of us, and especially businesses who want to stay at the cutting edge of their industry, need to be disruptive in order to do that, right? In order to push through all of the noise that's out there and disrupt their industry, and then they ride the wave of success in that industry. So that's a new addition, and I really like that. I've got a quote from The Rock here. Be humble, be hungry, and always be the hardest worker in the room. I love that. He's, again, super high achiever and super champion. Then I've got be the reason someone smiles today. Be kind, be curious, be smart, be brave, be yourself. Also on here, I choose to be self-reliant. I love that one. Then I've got a picture of a person helping another person with the words "so helpful" over the picture there. That is like one of the common themes for super high achievers and super successful people, is that they are ultra helpful. And so I had to put that on there because it seems like the foundation. Now, last but not least, in the center of this little 5x7 being board is this quote: be yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy. Whatever you're going to be, all of the things that you identify with and embody, above all else, be yourself. Because that's where it really is going to happen. Oprah talks about this, the fact that she realized her massive success only after being her authentic self. Ellen DeGeneres talked about it as well, that, what initially made her different from other people and actually drew negative energy from them ultimately came out to be the most positive thing that she could be. And that was herself, right? What makes us different, makes us unique, and helps us stand out in the world. So it's vital that we be ourselves first and foremost, and then work to develop all those other general success principles that help anyone achieve their goals and dreams. But above all else, be yourself. So those are the examples there of the being board. And so once however you set it up, 8x10, 5x7, 4x6, I like to send the digital version to my local printer, and they print a high quality image. If you make a 5x7 or 4x6, you can actually have them print, or you can print it yourself on photo quality, which is really awesome, right? And you can do that either at, Rite Aid, Walgreens. Amazon is hooked up with a company that they work with in order to print physical prints. I don't remember the name of it right now, but you can send it through them. Lots of places online. You probably have sources for that kind of stuff. But the idea then is to spend some time with these being boards. I recommend having breakfast with them, dinner with them, keeping them in front of you at all times, because you're really conditioning your state of being that's been fixed and set for a long time. And in order to condition it, it takes repetition, consistency, and frequency. We have to do it constantly in order to override our past way of being and develop new ways of being that are more aligned with success and high achievement. So spend time with these every day, and you will find yourself acting better, right? You're going to get better results. That's my suggestion. Now, I like to look at examples and put these ideas into real world practice. So before I wrap up the show, I just want to go over some examples, and I'm going to choose the big three that most people want, right? Love or relationships, health, and money. So let's look at them. To have love, right? That's the goal. We have to be attractive inside and out. We have to be interesting and interested. And we have to be lovable and kind and thoughtful and supportive and entertaining. Those are some core ideas that we need to be in order to create or attract love. Now let's talk about health next, and then we'll get into money, everyone's favorite subject here. To be healthy, to have health, we've got to be active and flexible and vital and vibrant. And those things, once we be those things and embody those ideas, we will do things that create health for ourselves. Last but not least, everyone's favorite, money. To have money, to attract or create money, that's our goal. We've got to be helpful. Like I talked about, being helpful is the top of everyone's list who has ever been successful. You ask them, what did you do? How did you do it? They'll tell you, I focused on being helpful. And I focused on being more helpful to more people more often. Zig Ziglar also has a great quote about it that is the epitome of this. He said, you can get what you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. So being helpful is the foundation to making money and having more abundance and prosperity in your life. In addition, being valuable, being a problem solver, being a solution. Those are ideas to embody in order to create money and have more wealth. So those are some prime examples of the big three: love, health, and money, that can be positively impacted by changing our state of being. So that's it. That's the podcast. That's the process for making a being board. Go to my website and take a look at it, gmarkphillips.com, and make one. They're really fun, especially if you're into this kind of stuff. And I know that a lot of high achievers out there love making vision boards and dream boards. The being board is the cause of you having or you achieving the ideas or the experiences on your dream board. I like to look at being and having as cause and effect. Being is the cause, having is the effect. Since we live in a rational universe where everything is ruled by cause and effect, we're fortunate, for one thing, to live in a universe like that. The problem that most people run into, myself included, is that most people focus on the effect. They make their vision board or their dream board and they focus on that. They focus on the experiences, the money, the circumstances, and the conditions they want, and they forget to look at the cause, which is being. It's just like a ship sailing across the ocean to a far-off port. They don't look at the map all the time. They look at the map the minimal amount of time. I like to look at it as a 99% of the time look at being, and 1% of the time look at what you want to have. So if you're sailing a ship, you're going to look at the map occasionally, right? You need to check the charts or the stars, but you're not going to stand at the helm of the ship and focus on the map. You're going to focus on driving the ship, right? And in the case of human beings, we focus on being that, right? That's driving our ship to the destination or outcome we desire. Whether you're into the 80-20 rule or whatever, it's definitely a smaller percentage that you need to focus on what you want in life as opposed to what you need to be in order to get what you want. Whatever you want to attach it to. Like I said, I focus 99% on what I need to be, and that feeds into everything else, and 1% on what I have. Set the intention, get clear on what you want, and then let it go and focus on being, and you'll have much better results in life. I know that I have. So that's the show. I really appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, all the best, health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.